Hello, welcome to our look at Raw and SmackDown from the past week, as well as looking forward to this week's SmackDown. There may be opinions you don't like, there may even be opinions that you do like. But either way, we hope you enjoy and tell us what you think. Anyway, time for the show. Hello, I'm Michael.
I'm Sally. SmackDown first, as we always do. It's back to 2 hours. Can't really complain at that. 3 hours is far too long for B-style matches.
Yeah, they weren't exactly
and things that have been no importance as well. You just switch off because there's really nothing on them.
No, they are. Yeah, there's nothing about them, and you're stretching out a show for 3 hours, and I'm seeing repeats and matches I'm not really interested in, and. Yeah,
too many matches
you're filling it for filling's sake. And I'm not sure if you're aware of this, WWE, but less is more.
Anyway, we opened with Rhodes and Jey looking for a title shot, with Adam Pearce heading out and deciding on a number one contenders match between the pair, which Rhodes won. We did have a lot of recaps from Raw. We had the Oba-Brock confrontation. We saw Aldis and Gunther sent home after arguing at the end of Night of Champions. And then saw Seth head out and challenge Roman for his title at SummerSlam as well.
I mean, we saw all this on Raw. Why are you showing it again on SmackDown? Now, if it happened on SmackDown, then yeah, you're going to show it on Raw, because not everybody watches SmackDown, and Raw is the main show. 99% of people that watch wrestling will watch Raw. If they don't see Raw, they'll go online and they'll find out things that they missed or they're not sure about. But to fill your show with recaps was just a massive waste of time. You're not filling out a 3 hour show anymore. You cut it down to 2 hours. You've got 10 or 15 minutes of Raw stuff that we know about, and we don't need to see it again, because I'm not watching SmackDown to catch up on Raw. I'm going to watch Raw or catch up on Raw online if I've missed anything. As I say, you don't need to fill...
If it was something that was interlinked, something was happening on SmackDown, so it would show you why or what led to that.
And then building up to it.
But it's like completely different stories.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Like, fair enough.
To be fair, the Aldis thing, okay, they're right, this is why I ain't here.
Yeah, because he's obviously the GM of
everything else didn't need.
No, you could have had another match in.
Yeah. Very easy.
You like putting matches in SmackDown.
Yep.
You could have put another match in, but I don't need to see a recap of everything that's happened on Raw, because I've seen Raw and I know.
Very true. Anyway, let's carry on. Trick Williams set up a non-title match against Carmelo Hayes for this coming SmackDown.
So he's losing that then.
You reckon?
They always do, don't they? When the title's not on the line, they lose.
No,
and then Hayes will be like, oh, now we need to have a match for the title. That'll be SummerSlam. I don't want to see that.
And Trickle, no, we don't need to keep
seeing that,
I don't
want to see this again.
Priest accepted the War Raiders' offer of putting all the titles on the line.
So that's another SummerSlam match booked right there.
Or, because the War Raiders have got a AAA tag title, it could be at one of their shows. Because I don't know if they have one around that time as well.
And if it is, I will not be tuning in.
No, probably not.
I don't know, though, because our truth in his Mexican impressions... Hey, do you know Mexico have been knocked out of the World Cup by England? Go on, get in there.
Calm yourself. And then at the end of the SmackDown review, what did you say?
I said, imagine if Sami lost on Raw. I mean, I've called that. I'm not spoiling it. It's just unbelievable. Speaking of Raw, we had the Vision defeating the Street Profits. Let me just let that just sink in. And become new World Tag Team Champions. This came about as Maxxine Dupri got involved. She low-blowed Dawkins, which dropped him, allowing her boyfriend, Austin Theory, to cover and get the titles back. So finally, Theory and Dupri are out, and she seems to have joined the Vision. Yeah. Heyman said before the match that if they didn't come back with gold, then not to come back at all, which we thought when watching, this is it, they'll lose, because they're not going to get the titles back yet, or whatever, but they'll lose, and then that gives Heyman reason to part from the Vision, because he's clearly got a vested interest in Brock Lesnar. But surely when Brock loses at SummerSlam and finally rides off into the sunset, Heyman's going to be like, I'm a loose end here. I need some mates. I'm going to go back to the Vision. So he's with the Vision. The Vision are all good. And then we saw in the back Vision with the titles, and they got into a car and drove off. And as they did, you saw Otis and Tozawa looking on longingly as Dupri basically left them.
Yeah.
I like this. Dupri's gone full villain, all in black.
Like leather and everything.
Wet slick backed hair.
Yep.
Very villainess. We need to get a title on her to
Yeah,
really
get
get
Intercontinental
that.
back.
Yeah, get that Vision going. I'm not sure she's good enough for a world belt, but why not? Because there have been lesser wrestlers with those kind of titles. So why not get her involved in that? I don't think she will. I don't feel that she's good enough or over enough. She's probably not going to make them enough money if she's the title holder, because that's what they like. It shouldn't be about that. Fortunately, it is.
She might kind of be elevated a bit with being with the Vision, like having this different, maybe having a different persona. You never know.
Possibly, yes, yeah. But yes, I mean, it was coming. We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's all out now. She's gone off with them. Everything's hunky-dory. Lovely. We then had Sol Ruca defeating Raquel Rodriguez and retaining her Intercontinental Championship. The rest of the Judgment Day women did come out to help Raquel, but then out came Io Sky to take them out, allowing Sol Ruca to Soul Snatch and get the cover. And like I said on the Raw review, why does Sol not incorporate the surfboard submission into her armory? I mean, it's the perfect fit for her character. She can do it to anyone, more or less.
Yeah.
Maybe not Nia Jax. I'm not being disparaging, but let's look at the logistics of the whole thing. And you've got to think, her finish has always got to be in the corner. Yeah. Not every opponent. I mean, I know Liv does the Oblivion. You have to be on the ropes, but you've always got to be in a certain position.
Like, she'll do like a code breaker as well, which is a stronger move.
It is, but it's not known as her finisher. I mean, like the rock bottom could be done anywhere. The stunner could be done anywhere. Sweet Chin Music could be done anywhere.
So could the AA.
I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to bring that up because I knew you would. But the Soul Snatcher has to be in the corner.
It does,
and that's the problem.
Very much so, yeah.
You get her in the surfboard submission, it's perfect. Because it's quite aesthetic as well.
Yeah.
It's not just a little hold. It's it incorporates everything, and you can the pain, the anguish, tap out. I mean, how do you tap out of that when your limbs are tied up?
You just can't. You just have to pass out.
There you go. Ethan Page and Rusev then defeated Chad Gable and Dragon Lee, which is all to do with the Gauntlet #1 contenders match for the Intercontinental title on next week's Raw, which we don't usually talk about.
No.
So the seven-man Gauntlet #1 contenders match to be contested between Gable, Hendry, Page, Rusev, Lee, Dom Mysterio and Javon Evans, with the winner taking on Penta at SummerSlam. Is this Gable's time?
Why not?
That's all I'm going to say on that. They're going to put a title on him. He can't... he's never had a singles title.
No.
He's been there 20 years.
No.
He's never had a singles title.
He's only had the tag titles, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, that's why I said he's never had a singles title. Surely it's time. He won't be Dom. I don't think it'll be Lee. Rusev, no. Page, no. Definitely not Hendry. Javon's been in and around before.
Yeah.
I think it's time for Gable to finally break his duck.
Yeah.
And then finally, as I say, we ended with CM Punk defeating Sami Zayn. I didn't say, but I am saying it now. To become the new undisputed WWE Champion. Wowzers. Raw's now got both titles, is that right?
I suppose Punk could have to move over to SmackDown.
He would, but they've got both titles. Sammy thought he was getting away without having a match.
I know, yeah.
Due to Cody being injured, only for Nick Aldis to come out and come up with a match. Raw was in Chicago, so you kind of thought Punk would turn up. But you know what they're like.
Yeah.
There's this, we're in his hometown. He's going to be there. This is he's going to be there.
He's had his little break.
He's had his break. He's recovered. I mean,
apparently I was thinking he would just come out.
Apparently he's been in the gym.
Chat.
He's been in the gym. He looks no bigger. He looked exactly.
Yeah.
He looked the same.
He did look the same.
So, I'm not saying he's not been in the gym, but he looked exactly the same. But yes, what was you saying? Sorry.
You thought, right, Chicago. He's had a nice long break, so you thought, he's going to come out.
It's good to be back.
You just have a little chit chat. I'm coming after.
Chicago.
I'm going to join in. on the Reigns and Rollins
Yeah,
match.
it's now a triple threat at SummerSlam.
Just
what?
insert himself in
Which
somewhere.
they do, to be fair, do.
Yeah. And I think it was when they said, "Oh yeah, I found someone," or kind of however he worded it. Literally, the whole crowd were just chanting CM Punk.
Yeah. I mean, they've obviously got word. There was a sign in the crowd as well. Welcome back, CM Punk.
Well, I don't think you needed that. Like Chicago, like of course he's
of course he's going to be there. There was no
He
crowd,
always
but
shows up.
But you know what they're like? They don't always pull it out.
They don't.
And you get like, oh, it's Javon Evans challenge for the. Oh, God, I'm not bothered. There's nothing. Oh. I'm sure people like Javon. If you like a bouncy guy, that's fine. But that's not the main event I want to see. CM Punk, Sami Zayn, that's what I want to see.
New Punk stan over here, by the way.
I'm not sure about that. So, yes, he's won. He got the title. Good.
Get your Punk t-shirt.
No. Thank goodness Sami lost. I'm not a fan. I do find him rather bland. And that's why I'm not keen on Io Sky. I just find her bland.
Yeah.
There's nothing about her. Anyway, that's for another day.
Yeah.
So we began Raw with Sami arriving in a car, waving his title around.
He was,
he got out of the car, he spoke to Rhodes, then Gunther appeared and attacked Rhodes, and he injured him, and then he told Sami that he doesn't deserve the title. The injury proved that bad to Rhodes that he couldn't, or he wasn't able then to wrestle for the title later, which then came to with Aldis then finding a replacement, which was Punk.
What?
And obviously Punk won. Good, which we've just covered.
We
We had a Knight and a Seth little to do, with Rollins telling Knight that if he gets first, that he will get first shot at the title if he wins at SummerSlam.
I think he said when he wins, not if.
Yeah, when he wins. So I don't know if he's just spoiled that for everyone. After this confrontation, Jimmy Uso super kicked Knight. So that's clearly not done.
No, it is not at all.
Gunther also called Aldis a failed wrestler again, which I believe is now twice. So I'm thinking this is going to be a match at SummerSlam.
I don't think you're the only person thinking that. I think that's...
This has been muted for ages that Aldis is on the comeback, or he's going to come back and have a match.
Yeah.
But with Gunther coming out twice, I mean, it'd be interesting to see on this week's SmackDown if he does go for it again for a third time.
Yeah, and I think as I said when we mentioned this in the Raw review, Aldis is not just taking it, he's biting.
Yes.
They say there's been a bit of pushing and
There
shoving
was
between them.
which is unusual because the general managers don't usually do that kind of thing. So, I don't know. We also found out that Money in the Bank is October the 10th.
I'm sure that's usually like May.
What? Yeah, I thought that. I thought that's a bit late.
It is, isn't it?
I don't know. Anyway, they've got to fill up that run. Was WrestlePalooza. They've got a gap there, haven't they?
September.
Anyway, Oba and Heyman exchange words, but I don't feel we need to see this every week.
No.
We know Femi.
Lesnar won't be there.
No, we know Femi's facing Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Yes,
we don't need to hear Destiny, Climbing the Mountain, Beast, or anything like that for the next 3 weeks. So please, let's just leave this
and
now.
They're going to hell.
Yeah, we know what's happening. I don't need to see it for the next 3 weeks.
But
Thank
you will.
Yes. We then also see some footage of El Grande Americano at the Mexico-England game, where Mexico got absolutely destroyed by the Three Lions. We also saw Jimmy Uso leaving the building with Jackie Redmond trying to get a quick word from him. But as she did, Knight came out from around the corner to try and jump him. But he was intercepted by Jacob Fatu, who just absolutely dropped him.
Yeah.
Jimmy, I think, then said to Fatu that he's going to SmackDown to speak to Solo.
Yes. Yeah,
So Solo and Knight are going to be coming together somewhere along the line.
La Solo
is
coming.
It's coming at SummerSlam. Knight and Solo against Fatu, and I'm going to say Jimmy, because he seems to be getting more involved now. Like Jay's doing his own thing. Jimmy's now becoming more involved.
Yeah.
He's not like the right-hand man anymore. He's not just left out. He's actually... So I think that's going to be the match. Knight, Solo, Jimmy, Fatu, which I called last week for this week's SmackDown.
Yes,
last
you
week,
did.
but it didn't happen. I said
No.
Jay and Fatu.
Yes.
Because they both said they were coming to SmackDown.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen.
No,
Disappointed.
It did not. No.
And then, as already mentioned, Punk beat Zayn, became the new Undisputed WWE Champion.
He did, yeah.
As I said, good. I find Sammy bland. Let's
You've
move
said that
on.
a few times, yes.
I know, well, I just need to reiterate.
Fair enough.
He's
Anyway,
boring.
SmackDown this week has, I'm led to believe, Truck Williams taking on Carmelo Hayes in a non-title match.
Yes.
And Finn Balor versus Tama Tonga, because obviously he attacked him, didn't he?
He did. I think they must have worked together before in New Japan
Wherever,
Wrestling.
yeah.
The same
Yeah,
as
more than
Shinsuke.
likely, yeah.
Tala attacked Finn Balor last week, so it's now transpired that Tama will face him, but surely he should have gone against Tala because
Yeah.
he's the one that attacked him.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't really know what else is happening on SmackDown. I'm sure we'll see Sami moaning.
More than likely hitting some water bottles.
Yeah. Flair and Cargill having some sort of interaction. Stratton with her hanger-on, Chelsea Green. And Gunther telling Aldis he's a failed wrestler again.
More than likely, yeah.
Giving or leading to more evidence that this is going to be a match at SummerSlam. One last thing that I heard on Raw. Paul Heyman said something on Raw, which I said either last week on Musings, on SmackDown, or Raw, or something.
Okay.
It might have even been predictions from Night of Champions, or Champion, but yeah. But he said something that I said. The point is, Heyman clearly watches the show, and that's why he said what he said. Stealing my ideas. It was just... He said it in the ring. It must have been from Raw. And I'm like, I said that last week. So thanks for watching, Paul. Don't forget to like and subscribe. He
Our one viewer, Paul Heyman.
He does actually subscribe.
I do think that just about wraps things up there. Now, if you do think that we have missed anything or wish to jump in on something that we have said, then please do let us know and pop it just in that comment section down below.
As always, thank you for watching. We hope you like what we do. We hope you had a little smile at something, whether it's something we said, something you agreed with, something you disagreed with, or just something we said was absolutely nuts.
Or just absolutely love our tops. And hopefully we'll see you Saturday for SmackDown.